Hi there, it's Nicole here today with a Yeti and Santa gift tag. This is part of the Ellen Hutson 12 Tags of Christmas with a Feminine Twist event on the Ellen Hutson blog classroom. Today I'm a guest designer and I am sharing my tag inspired by a color combination, and our manufacturer focus is on one of my very favorites, Mama Elephant. So it's so exciting to combine the color combination with Mama Elephant product. I have a tag here die cut from the Hexastar die collection. This is a really great size tag. It's going to work for a lot of different gift packaging type of things. I started to stamp snowflakes from the Sentiments from Yeti stamp set, and I realized that I was going to really need to mask them off. I don't want them going from that stitched line out to the outer border. And I want to save all of these because I'm going to need to put these masks back in place when I do a little inking. You can see that iced Spruce Distress Oxide ink there in the upper left corner of the screen. That is going to be used for embossed resist. So I'm simply stamping and embossing my snowflakes with white embossing powder right now. Just a little step to kind of make the tag a little bit more complete. This is, again, a pretty, I don't want to say super small, but it's on the smaller spectrum as far as tags go. So I think it works for so many different kinds of things, whether you're tying it on a small box, a bigger one, a gift bag, maybe a treat package or something like that. It'll work for almost anything. So I'm going to grab all my masks, put those back in place, and now I'm using iced spruce. This is not a color I use a lot, and I'm not sure why, because I really like it, and I really felt like this was a successful color as far as Christmas tags go. I liked this. It kind of reminded me of Christmas greenery, balsam fir, all that kind of things. I really, really liked it. So I'm going to ink that up, gradually lightening as I get to the bottom of the tag. And then I need to buff off the ink from any of those snowflakes because otherwise they're holding a little bit of that ink on there, and I want them to be really nice and bright white. Now this serves two purposes. I could have just inked the whole thing, but this gives a layered look without actually having to layer. Plus it adds some color to a tag, which I really like. Now I am going to grab the Yeti from the Me and My Yeti stamp set, the little Santa hat also from that, and a Santa from the Little Santa Agenda for my tag here today. I just love the Yeti stamp set. When it was released, I probably mentioned in my videos then too, one of my favorites. I think he is so cute. Very fun, kind of something a little bit different. I think we've seen some more Yetis since then, but I just think he is darling. One of my favorite things about this particular Yeti image, there's two Yeti images in that stamp set. One's holding his arms wide, which I love because you can hang the banner from Sentiments from Yeti from it. This little guy, though, he die cuts so you can tuck things in his hands. In this instance, we're going to have Yeti giving Santa a big hug and attaching that to the card. Now, to kind of go with the whole color scheme, I picked something a little different to color in the Yeti face and also to accent his fur. And that is a blue-green color combination. Again, kind of a little non-traditional, but I really felt that it was very successful, excuse me, and that this really worked for the card and the design, and definitely the inspiration. It drew from the inspiration piece, definitely. But I love how it forced me to step outside of my comfort zone and do something different. And a lot of times that's how you find something that you might really like. These colors have earned a permanent place. I kind of keep my most used markers out on my desk, and the rest are, excuse me again, tucked underneath in my Rascal cart. These have earned a permanent place because I like this color combination. It would be really good for a lot of different things. Now, I want his fur to only have touches of these colors, so I concentrated the color kind of in the outer areas where there would naturally be shadows and all that kind of thing, and blended out with the lightest BG90 color, but to lighten that even more and to get rid of any harsh type of lines, I am using a colorless blender. And then I want to go in for his little horns and add even more color. Originally, I thought I might try some other colors with this, but I really feel like that's all that's going to be needed. Now, I don't have to color all the way down to the very bottom of the Yeti because part of him is going to get cut off. The tag is really too small for him, and I didn't really want all of him. I want him just kind of from the chest area up with his arms held kind of, high at chest level, holding that Santa in his arms. And I thought it would be fun that the Santa is holding a candy cane in his arms. So it's kind of like the Yeti holding a Santa who's holding a candy cane. I don't know. That's how my mind works sometimes. But I thought it would be really cute and fun. So mix and match your stamp sets because you never know what might work. I think Yeti would work beyond the holidays, maybe for some winterish themed cards, some funny birthday cards. If you've got somebody who has a winter birthday, you could have him holding all kinds of things. Just so super cute. I just love him. The little Santa hat, I am coloring with reds, also coloring in with reds. Santa's outfit, his candy cane. This image is pretty small. I tend to not do tons of blending for these small images because it just seems like that gets lost. You're not going to see that detail for these. So I kind of stick to not very many colors. I did, kind of do my normal thing with my favorite red color combination are 24, 46, and 39. But it's really minimal and very, very light. Not a ton of markers were used for this, really. Yeti is almost all one color, basically, in different varying degrees of that color combination. So is Santa. The only difference here is his face needs to be colored in, and maybe a little bit of some warm gray or something for his beard, and any little white areas. White or cool gray. It just depends. I kind of flip back and forth between the two, just depending on the project. It doesn't really matter. It's more of a personal preference. Once I have all of my images completely colored, it is time to die cut these with the Coordinating Me and My Yeti and Little Santa Agenda dies. I'm going to run those through my die cutting machine, and we can start assembling this cute little tag. I only made one here today, but you could definitely, this is something that I think would be awesome assembly line style, and maybe stamp tons of the different Santas from Little Santa Agenda and have the Yeti holding different Santas on all the tags. So here is my darling little Yeti. Look how great that Copic color combination matches Iced Spruce. So 2 thumbs up. I was super excited about that. And there is the Santa in his arms, which again, I love. And the Santa hat on his head just makes it for me. I think that's really cute. That is all that's going to be on the front of the tag. We'll go ahead and adhere that here in a second, but let's work on the back of the tag. I'm a big fan of backing tags with a contrasting color of cardstock. It not only gives more stability to your tag, but it gives it a little bit more interest, I guess. So I'm taking a greeting from Sentiments from Yeti, and then a to and from the Mini Messages stamp set, which I use all the time. In fact, I've noticed it's been out of stock everywhere. I really hope it comes back in stock because it's one of my most used little tag sets. I would love to see more little mini tag sets on the market because I just love them. I'm going to stamp all of this on the black tag using VersaMark ink, sprinkle on some white embossing powder, and then heat set this with my heat tool. So I just keep tapping that off. I don't like to have any little flakes anywhere. And I did use the powder anti-static cling tool before I stamped anything, which does help keep that embossing powder from getting too out of hand. Here's my little mini tag, also from the mini tag dies and mini messages stamp set, and I'm going to stamp Love Santa, which is another greeting from the mini messages. This is on the white tag, and in that little embossed area, because we're going to add some color then with the iced spruce distress ink. So I completely covered the front of this with embossed resist. Again, reinforcing the color theme from the inspiration piece. Buff off any ink on top. I really felt like that little heart needed some color, so I just grabbed my Copic marker and colored that in with a red marker. And I like the little two-tone there. Do a little blending. I got a little out of the lines, and so I had to fix it with a white pen. So now we have all of our elements. Let's put it all together. I'm going to take some adhesive and cover the back of the black tag. So we are attaching the tags back to back. And want to get those lined up perfectly. And I want the tops to be secure too. I used a little liquid adhesive for that. So just pinching that together. Let's put some adhesive on the back of Yeti. We're going to pop him in place right there along the bottom edge of the tag. Grab some nice long scissors. These are the Tim Holtz 9.5-inch shear scissors, and trim off just the bottom. I don't want to trim his arms off because I really like that illusion of him holding Santa, and it doesn't hang over that much. Little glue dot for his Santa hat on top of his head. Take a black pen, add detail to the eyes. Really makes those pop. Let's add some little white dots for cheeks too. Just fun little finishing touches that really make this tag shine. Now, I did die cut some whole reinforcers from white cardstock that I'm going to glue on both the front and back. And it's just a little finishing touch. You could leave that off if you wanted to, but I always like those little finishing touches, if possible, if I have the time to do them, because I think it just kind of sets your tags apart from others. Glossy accents on the heart on the little mini Santa tag. And then I'm going to thread through some red and white twine. This is, I think, some Fawn lawn trimmings twine from a couple years ago. It has a little bit of sparkle to it. I'm just going to thread that through, knot it together. So it's kind of two tags in one, a little mini tag hanging on the Yeti tag, but all the information is on the back, which makes this something that the recipient can maybe display after you've given the gift. Thanks for joining me today for this gift tag featuring Mama Elephant Stamps and Dies, part of the Ellen Hutson 12 Tags of Christmas with a Feminine Twist event. The supplies I used are listed and linked below the video here on YouTube. Here are a couple more videos featuring Mama Elephant that you might be interested in. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.